Hi guys, Lee Burkhardt here with Reef Photo and Video, and welcome to our video series Hands-On with Reef. Today I'm very excited to be sharing with you my first impressions of the all-new Canon 1DX Mark III. Needless to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with the camera's performance for underwater filmmaking, and there are so many features to talk about with this camera, guys, that it's hard to even know where to start. Let's first take a look at some of the interesting video specs of this new camera model. The Canon 1DX Mark III features a full-frame 35mm CMOS sensor, dual-pixel autofocus, focus peaking, Canon log with up to 14 stops at dynamic range, and 12-bit 5.5K RAW internal recording at up to 60 frames per second. Now let's pause here for just a second. That similar feature from Canon is currently only available in the C500 Mark II, which is a $16,000 camera body. Simply put, you're getting 5.5K internal RAW recording at up to 60 frames per second in a $6,500 camera body. I mean, seriously guys, like, in addition, the camera can record in 4K DCI at up to 60 frames per second on either full frame or crop modes, and full HD at up to 120 frames per second, both of which can be recorded in 10-bit 422 color with H.265 or HEVC files when Canon log is enabled. Now all of these features look great on paper, but just how do they stack up for underwater filmmaking, and what kind of benefits do they bring? The camera's ability to record at 12-bit 5.5K RAW internally is perhaps the most exciting feature, and marks a first for any Canon DSLR. What this means is that you have lots of flexibility in post-production for adjustments to color, exposure, and composition. Here you can see some examples of ungraded RAW footage, and then the same footage once it's been color graded in post. Even severely under or overexposed footage, or footage captured in less than ideal water conditions, can be easily fixed in post-production. The 5.5K resolution also adds lots of options in terms of composition, particularly if you're planning to render out your final edit on either 4K or Full HD. Here you can see some examples of the original 5.5K clip, then cropped to 4K DCI, and then finally to Full HD. You can also apply cool effects such as keyframing to add more engaging motion effects to your footage without sacrificing resolution. Thanks to the high frame rate recording options, you have lots of creative flexibility for capturing slow motion playback of cool behavior shots, and an excellent tool to help with camera shake. Steady, smooth shots are easily achievable. Now, a camera's ability to achieve manual white balance underwater is a crucial feature for many underwater filmmakers in order to capture accurate color. Canon historically has been well known for its excellent color reproduction underwater, and I found the 1DX Mark III to live up to that reputation. Colors look amazing straight out of the camera. It can capture a manual white balance with ease and without the need of any kind of color correction filters. Now, unfortunately, this process is still tedious and takes an entire 6 steps to complete. You have to exit the video mode, snap a photo of your white reference, upload it to the custom white balance setting, and then return back to the video mode. This is definitely an area of improvement for Canon, particularly compared to other cameras in the market. That being said, there are 5 custom white balance presets available, meaning you can easily configure several for different filming depths or for different lighting scenarios when switching from ambient light to video lights. The camera features dual CF Express card slots to handle the 12-bit 5.5K RAW video files, and you're definitely going to need them. Unlike the Canon RAW light files found on cameras such as the C200 or C300 Mark III, the RAW files from the Canon 1DX Mark III are huge. A 1TB CF Express card provides roughly 50 minutes of record time, and doubling up on these will give you just under 2 hours. Recording at lower resolutions, however, will provide several more hours of record time. In addition, you can dual record to both cards, with one card handling the 12-bit 5.5K RAW files, and the second card recording an MP4. This is a great precaution feature in the event one of your cards fails. The 12-bit RAW video files from the 1DX Mark III require a special plugin so that you can work with them directly in your editing software. Currently only Final Cut Pro and Avid X are supported. We're hoping to see something for Adobe Premiere, but as of today, nothing yet has been announced. Battery life is a huge step up as well, with a near 50% improvement over the older 1DX Mark II, thanks to some of the internal changes and updated camera processors. To give you guys some real-world examples, I was able to get just under 3 1-hour-long dives filming at 5.5K 60 frames per second, compared to barely 2 using the older 1DX Mark II filming at 4K 60. Canon's dual-pixel autofocus utilizes phase detection to provide smooth, accurate, high-performance continuous autofocus for a variety of filming scenarios. Frankly, it's just spectacular, and is hands down one of the most reliable autofocus systems that I've used, particularly compared to other cinema and mirrorless brands in the market. Here you can see a simple example I shot in my home studio. Even as I move along the frame and closer to or further from the lens, it maintains focus with almost virtually no focus hunting. Now, Canon has also added some improvements to their live view autofocus modes compared to the older 1DX Mark II, including eye detection and tracking. I haven't been able to test these thoroughly yet, but they're worth noting. If you haven't seen this already, we put together a complete video demonstration of Canon's dual pixel autofocus technology. Be sure to check it out in the link in the video description below. Now, one more important thing to be aware of. With the 1DX Mark III, any kind of autofocus is completely disabled when recording at either 5.5K 60 frames per second or 4K DCI at 60 frames per second in full frame. So for those of you considering recording at these resolutions and frame rates, you'll need to make sure you have the appropriate manual focus gears for the lenses you intend to shoot with underwater. Shooting with a lower frame rate, or in crop modes however, autofocus is available. Overall, I'm thoroughly impressed with the Canon 1DX Mark III's performance for underwater filmmaking, and hope today's video has been helpful for all of you considering picking this up from us. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments section below, or contact our Reef Photo staff directly. We all dive and shoot with a variety of this equipment regularly, and we're happy to offer any kind of insight or experience we can to help out with the decision making. To check out more of our video tutorials or knowledge-based articles, you can visit us directly at www.reefphoto.com and just click on the Learn link along the top of the home page. Well, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more cool videos to come soon, and we'll see you on the next one.